it's Mrs. Carrera. I have a story here that I really like because I like to write letters, and I hope that since you guys are home, you're maybe writing letters to Grandma and Grandpa or aunts and uncles or even friends. So this is called The Long, Long Letter by Elizabeth Spur. Some of you may have read it. You may even recognize it from the table centerpieces at the library. All right, here we go. My mother got a postcard from Aunt Hedda. It read, "Sister dear, don't you owe me a letter?" She received a second message. "I've had no mail for a dog's age." A third, in bold calligraphy, said, "Have you quite forgotten me?" There she is, looking at the letters. "Land of lovin'," sighed my mother. "Why, just last month I wrote her. Poor woman must be lonely, way out there in the boonies. With no kith nor kin to care for, she has too much time to fret. I'd better write a long, long letter, one she will not forget." There she is thinking about it. My mother sat down at her pine-top desk to write. With a fine plume pen she looped and scrolled morning, noon, and into night. She badly burned the dinner. It was a long, long letter. She wrote through fall and winter, into spring and summer. The days grew warmer, longer. I grew taller, stronger. It was a long, long letter. Look at that. Whoops. See the smoke from the burned dinner, and look at the snowman. He's coming in through the window. And there's her big fine plume pen. And over here, look at the seasons changing. He's getting older. She wrote of cabbages and crocuses, sausages and shoes, the newly born, the price of corn, the cranking phone she never used. Of darning socks and scouring pots, broken clocks and knitting knots. She wrote of all the chores she had no time to do, thanks to the long, long letter. Look at that stacks of letter in her pen, and look at all the stuff she's writing about floating up in the air as she thinks about it. One day after breakfast she said, "Let us mail the letter. There is still so much to tell her, but I have no more ink or paper." We put the letter into boxes and hauled it in a wagon. We gave it to the postman, who stuck 1,000 stamps on. It was a long, long letter. Look at all those boxes and carrying them. The poor postman putting on all the stamps. Look at all those stamps. On the way to the train station, a whirlwind came from nowhere. It whipped the tops right off the boxes. Swoosh went Aunt Hedda's letter. Whoosh, the pages scattered. It was an all-gone letter. Oh my goodness. Look at that. All the letter up in the air. That poor horse. Look at all those letters. A whirlwind is like a tornado. Aunt Hedda lived a crooked mile from the town of Neverby. The townsfolk rarely passed her way, much less passed the time of day with tea and friendly chatter, and none had sent a cheery word by way of card or letter. She was a lone, lone Hedda. By her mailbox sat Aunt Hedda. She sat in her carved rocker with a pocket full of crackers and a pot of peanut butter. She rocked and watched around the clock from Monday until Sunday, waiting for the pleasure of a letter from my mother. There she is. There's her peanut butter that she eats on her crackers. And she's looking. Nobody's coming. She rocked in fall and winter, through the spring and summer. The days again grew shorter, but there was no long, long letter. She pleaded with the postman, "Just a small one or a thin one." How she longed, longed, longed for any letter. There she is, begging for a letter. Look at her. Peanut butter and crackers are almost all gone. And the poor postman says, "I have nothing for you. Look how empty that is." She ate peanut-buttered crackers to kill the pangs of hunger, but her heart still ached and hungered for a letter. Where was the missive from her sister? How could it have missed her? She kept a hawk's watch on the mailbox since a year ago September. There's nothing. And there she is. She looks like a hawk now, sitting on top of her mailbox with her peanut butter and crackers. December storm clouds gathered. Aunt Hedda watched and shivered. The wind howled loud and bitter. The dark skies dumped a blizzard. It was the wrong weather to sit waiting for a letter. In her fringed shawl, Hedda huddled, bone-chilled and befuddled. White flakes danced around her. Soon all was covered over. Mailbox, rocker, peanut butter, and of course, Aunt Hedda. There she is. And here comes the storm. Can you tell what's falling out of that storm? What does it look like? All was silent, all was still. Then slowly from a whitened hill peeked the head of, yes, Aunt Hedda. She was beaming like the sun and staring cross-eyed at her letter. Look at that. Is that snow? No way. What is it? That's right, it's the letter. Look at all that. And there she is peeking out from underneath. One evening over tea, my mother read to me a fat letter from Aunt Hedda. You might say that I've been a bit under the weather. I thought it was a snowstorm, but it was your airmail letter. Such a long letter. The town was in a dither. It took 3 days to gather with snowplows and a tractor. I'm told that Miss the Rumpus, the postman, said, Great Zeus's thunder! What's become of Hedda Pinkish? She was sitting by her mailbox. She must be 6 feet under. Okay. That's the postman with his shovel. Has some big machines there helping to dig up all the mail. Through the vineyards, through the groves, the townsfolk rushed in droves. Headed by the doctor and followed by the preacher, a posse for emergency was coming out to rescue me. Plain to see, catastrophe draws good folks together. I felt like a celebrity instead of a non-entity. Life looked a lot brighter. I said thank you to the rescue team. Your concern is flattering, but I've suffered no great harm. My sister's letter kept me warm. As the townsfolk shoveled, the postman winked and chuckled. That's what I call a riding up a storm. Look at everyone concerned for her. Look at all those letters. There she is. "50 children stacked the pages. You forgot to number. They piled them in the haymow, stored them in the silo. They filled the spring house and the mill, the granary and the still. It was a long letter. I planned to sit down with your letter, catch up on the news, but in the discombobulation of my recent situation, I have lost my spectacles." Her spectacles are her glasses. Look at that. That's the silo filled with the letter. Look at all that. I cannot read your long letter. 50 children have been rummaging through attic, house, and cellar looking for my glasses, but perhaps it doesn't matter. Look at them. They're looking through everything to help find her glasses, to read the long letter. Do you see her glasses? I think if we look right here, right on top of her head, those might be her glasses, silly lady. For now I have 100 eyes, but best of all, I realize this town is filled with caring friends. I'll never feel alone again, thanks to your long letter. Oh, look at everybody gathered around. Isn't that nice? And that is the end of my story. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a great summer if I don't see you later. And please take care of those library books. If you get a chance to bring them back, go ahead and do that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.